time for another Mini Messy. I hope you're having a lovely bank holiday weekend. Now today in Mini Messy we've got our third and final part of the story of Jacob and Esau. Now it's been a strange old story, hasn't it, so far, because Jacob and Esau are twins and they've been falling out ever since they've been born. In this final part of the story, I think you're going to enjoy it because something changes. And I'm going to hand over to Tony now to tell you this part of the story.
Changing times. Wrestling, always wrestling. Wrestling with the heel of his hairy brother. Wrestling for a deal from his hairy brother. Wrestling, always wrestling. Wrestling away a blessing from his hairy brother. Running and leaving home. Running away from his hairy brother. Living away from home. Making a new home. Finding an uncle who is slipperier than a fish. Who pulls a sheep's wool over his eyes. Who hides the truth with wedding veils. Jacob wrestles with his own family. Trying to write his own story. But the lies keep tripping up his feet. The lies keep making the truth never complete. Pondering, always pondering. Suddenly wondering if he should wander back home. Pondering, heart hoping that Esau has forgiveness in his bones. Jacob takes his new family to meet his old family. But before he meets Esau, there is someone sacred that he saw. Before he meets and greets Esau, there is a wrestling match once more. A nighttime tussle, a stars watching struggle, a daybreak, break of a hip, and a God blessing trip. Time to change your name from Jacob to Israel. Time to change your ways and trust in a love that will never fail. Jacob, now called Israel, bows before Esau, who makes sure this tale of two warring brothers ends with a big hug and forgiveness and love for one another. Jacob, now called Israel, will never let go of the love of God, which will never, ever fail.
Isn't it good news that Esau and Jacob finally made friends? And what an amazing story. In the story we heard that God actually gave Jacob a new name. He gave him the name of Israel, a really special name. And our craft today, we're going to print it out onto card, and I would suggest you do the same because it's much better if it's a little bit stiffer. So on one side of the card we've got the name Jacob, and then we've got a little door to see that something's changing. On the letter A, there's a little door that you can cut out. And then there you've got the letter A that's also in the name Israel. And when you flip it over, we've got Israel with his new name. And I've made it really bright and colourful. And if you like, you can then stand it up that way. Okay, guys? Have fun. Okay, happy Mini Messy!